Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this week I am going to be talking about Outer Banks. If you can't already tell by my shirt. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little recap sort of thing of season 4. Yeah, just not a recap exactly, a little bit, I guess. I don't know, just kind of talking about the whole season and like the most important points and just my thoughts and feelings on it. And yeah, so let's just get into that. Okay, so if you have not seen the new season of Outer Banks, definitely don't watch this video because there will be lots of spoilers. So let's just do this. Man, there's a lot. I don't even know where to start. I mean, guess I should start at the beginning, but so this is hard for me. Okay, well, obviously we all know what happens at the end of this season. And if I had a JJ shirt, I would definitely be wearing it right now. Unfortunately, I do not have one. I need to get one ASAP, but yeah, anyways. Okay, first episode, the Enduro. It's like things started out great in the beginning, and then they just quickly fell apart. And yeah, okay, I don't know. I can't think of much I want to say for the first episode besides that. And what JJ did was very JJ-like because he's JJ. He's very reckless and stuff, which is not good. Yeah, but I'm just gonna move on to the episode 2, Blackbeard. It's where like they go down, Key and JJ go down and are looking for the necklace, and then they almost die down there because the bad guys are down there too, and blah blah blah. Anyways, and then when they come back, they almost die because they got the bends from doing that, that whole thing was like insane. It was so crazy. And it was also funny. It wasn't funny obviously, but just because back in season 1 when they were going up looking for the royal merchant treasure and whatever, Pope had told them about the bends, and like JJ was like joking around about it and stuff, and then like he got it in the season. So that was just like I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that whole thing, and then they were in the hyperbaric chamber for how long, and then the bad guy came into the hospital because he had got hurt, and then they saw each other, and then the nurse wouldn't let them out because their time wasn't up yet, and so they decided to just like break out, which was crazy. And it's like, I like did not get that. Like, why would you do that? I mean, like, wouldn't they have been safer just like staying in there instead. Like, why did you think you have to run out because he saw you? Like, yeah, I get that's scary, but like, there's, you know, like doctors and nurses and like people everywhere. So like, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't they've just been safer just staying in there, healing instead of like breaking out and then, you know, having to run and everything. Like, yeah, that just made no sense to me. But, you know, I don't know, classic Outer Banks fashion. Like, nothing really makes sense in this show, but that's okay. That's, you know, we still love it. So, okay, moving on to episode 3. At the end of this episode, Cleo gets kidnapped. Very scary. Like, so Key and JJ already almost died. Now Cleo almost died, and yeah. And then episode 4, The Swell. They decide to like take a day off, have this beach day. Because apparently some like special surfing thing, I don't know. While Cleo is kidnapped, but they don't know because they're using her phone, texting that she's like off like mine, whatever. Yeah, okay. This episode, they're all at the beach. The kooks are horrible, as always. That whole thing was absolutely insane. It made me so mad. Ruthie, Topper's girlfriend, she is horrible. I literally can't. Like, literally, what is wrong with you? Like, she literally gets in her car and tries to run them over. Like, okay, you psycho. And then Topper, like, you can see, like, he's kind of like doesn't want to, like, feels uneasy about it, but he like gets peer pressured into it from his stupid girlfriend. And yeah, and then she ends up like running over like the turtles that are hatched. It was so sad. And yeah, it's just like, obviously that girl has literally no heart. So yeah, and then now moving on to episode 5, which is when things get real twisted. We find out that Luke is not JJ's real father. It is actually Chandler Groff, the villain of this season, which this whole thing was like mind-boggling and everything, but it was also like really cool, like interesting story and stuff. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So that was the first 5 episodes. That was part 1. And things were just like, I was just loving it. It was like super cool and interesting. It was great. I was like, this is all like insane, but we love this. Like, you know. And then part 2 comes out, and it's not really what I expected. Yeah, honestly, not what I expected at all. Any of it. So, episode 6, the town council. The Pogues once again get everything taken from them. Because of this stupid zoning thing, you know. The kooks just take everything from them once again. And they lose their land that they just built, their Poglandia 2.0 on, and everything they worked hard for, and just gets taken from them just like that. And yeah, they don't even really get a chance. Like, it's just, yeah. Which just sets off JJ, and he ends up starting a riot, which was insane. Yeah, that whole thing, he just goes completely wild. And it's like, I feel like this has like been building up like with JJ for so long, after like everything that he's been through, him and his friends, just everything, how many losses they've had and everything they've gone through, and then him and his dad, like, who's just found out is not actually his dad, it's just like abused him, and just not a good home life at all. And then just found out all this stuff, like that his whole life, family has been a lie and everything. And so it's like, obviously, of course, he's got some issues and stuff. And does that mean you should go through town with a baseball bat and just break every window and destroy, people's businesses and cars and start fire and all this? Absolutely not. But he sure looked good doing it. No, I can't say that. I already said it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's the truth though. Like, okay. No, like, okay, that whole scene was crazy. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't enjoy it. Okay, this sounds really bad, I know. Obviously I don't support that. What he did was not good. You should never do those kinds of things, no matter what. But it is just a show. It's not real. It's just characters. It's not real. None of it is real. It's not real life. And that's why I can say this. Anyways, yeah, I mean, and when I watched this scene, like, my heart was just breaking for him, because you could just see the pain in his eyes, and it's just so sad. Anyways, yeah, okay, let's think, I guess, that's enough talking about that one scene. So then he's, running from the cops, and the Pogues are trying to look for him, and then Pope ends up tackling an officer to stop him from shooting JJ and, helping JJ get away. And so then Pope gets arrested, which is crazy. Yeah, so crazy start to part 2. That's that. Okay, next episode, JJ ends up with Groff, because he went to his house, to like find out the truth or whatever, blah blah, all this. And at first he was like denying it, that I'm not really a father, blah blah blah. And then he ends up admitting it, and that he is. And yeah, that whole thing. Okay. And then Pope he has two options, either go to jail or join the Marines. So he's gonna join the Marines. I guess, and he ended up like on lockdown basically. And then we have Sarah ends up taking a pregnancy test and finds out she's pregnant, which is like insane. Obviously not good timing, like everything that's going on, insane, but obviously I'm happy about that. Anyways, episode 8, we see Sarah telling John B that she's pregnant, which is a really sweet moment. Obviously they're both like terrified, and they also have like no money and all this stuff, but he tells her that they're in this together, they have each other, and they're going to figure it out like they always do. So yeah, and then Pope ends up running away instead of enlisting in the Marines, like he was supposed to, and so now he's on the run. So there's that. And okay. Then Sarah and John B try to get married in the episode. They try to go to Corrales, but they can't because it's closed. Which was really sad, but that was like crazy. I was surprised by that because it's like everything like going on and they're dealing with right now, and then they just like run off in the middle of it to just sneak away to get married real quick. But I thought that was really sweet. But then obviously they couldn't, so yeah. But okay, once again we see Topper's horrible girlfriend Ruthie literally starts a fight for no reason at all, and they're just minding their business, and she goes and pushes Sarah to the ground when she's pregnant. Not good. Of course she doesn't know that she's pregnant. But if she did know, she probably still would. So that's how horrible she is. Anyway. Now with all of that, Groff and JJ go on this like a father-son mission thingy, which is kind of bizarre. They go to his mother's tomb to get the scroll. No, not the scroll. The lens to read the map. Anyway, and Groff ends up locking JJ in the thing and steals a Twinkie, goes to their house, steals a scroll, knocks out Key, and locks her in a fridge. Okay, this psycho man, then goes back and gets JJ, and then they're on a boat, like, going, and, blah, blah, all this stuff. We're gonna skip that. JJ ends up falling off the boat, and when he falls off, he cuts himself on the anchor, and Groff, of course, leaves him stranded in the middle of the ocean. This was very scary. I thought he was going to die right here. But next episode, the Pogues find JJ, luckily, and save his life. Groff once again kills another person, the realtor, Hollis, and tries to pin the murder on JJ. I just can't. Okay, that's just a lot. So, also in this episode, Rafe asks his girlfriend, Sophia, to marry him, and she says yes, which is like cool. And also, I was shocked that he did that. That was crazy. So, time to talk about Rafe. Rafe in this season was like pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed him this season. You know, still not too sure, but I feel like we are like they finally started setting up like Rafe to like be a better person, and you know, I have waited a long time for his redemption arc, and so that's like seems a little bit what happened this season, and so I'm hoping that's just gonna continue and like really be better in season 5. So I think that's all what we all want to see, and because like we all love Rafe, but he's a psychopath, and so I think all we want is to see his redemption arc, and you know, him and Sarah to be, you know, good, and him to be nice to the Pogues, and you know, not be such a kook. So yeah, I think Rafe ends up helping the Pogues get to Morocco. He gets a boat for them, which was like crazy that he's helping them. This is exactly what I'm talking about. But JJ ends up knocking him out, and they tie him up on the boat like the whole ride there, because they don't trust him still, of course, which is completely valid. Anyways, during this journey to Morocco, JJ is not doing well. He's just like drinking the whole time and just being a jerk. And John B, there's the moment where John B tells JJ that Sarah's pregnant and they want him to be the godfather, which is so sweet. But JJ just acts like a jerk, says some really mean stuff to his best friend. So that was a really sad moment, because I was waiting for that moment when they would tell JJ. I was like so excited for that. And then yeah, didn't go like I imagined it. But you know, yeah, he was obviously not in the place at that moment. So anyways, there ends up being a giant storm, of course. They all almost die, and Sarah falls overboard, and John B is like stuck like far away, so like can't save her, but luckily JJ's right there. He jumps in to save her, and the rest of them like crash land off the coast of Morocco, and we don't know if JJ or Sarah are dead or alive. We don't know what happened to them. And I was so scared. I was like, there's no way they're gonna kill off both of them. Like, they're both gonna die. Like, no. What I was thinking was gonna happen was that like Sarah's gonna come back, but JJ wasn't gonna be there. Like, it was gonna be like that. I was like, no, why? But they both made it. Much happened in that episode. Okay, now moving on to the final episode of the season. So they make it to Morocco, and yeah, blah blah. A lot happens. Like the Pogues and Rafe get separated, and then Rafe goes off and is with Groff, and then Rafe ends up trapping Groff in a well. Blah blah blah. A lot happens. And then the Pogues and Rafe end up back together, and then they're running from the other bad guys, the mercenaries. And then Sarah and Rafe end up having a little heartfelt moment finally, which was so sweet, and they hugged, and it was great. It was a great moment, one of the highlights of the season. And so yeah, looking really good. There's this giant sandstorm, and so it's like windy, sand like everywhere, like you can't even see, and all this stuff. Insane. JJ climbs this statue thing and actually gets the blue crown, and they end up escaping the crazy lady, the mercenary person, people, whatever. And things are looking great, but him and Key get separated in the chaos, and who comes? Groff. Groff ends up capturing Key and holding her at knife point. And so JJ gives him the crown in exchange for Key, because he realizes he already has everything he wants. So, you know, all he needs is Key. He doesn't care about the treasure. So he gives it up, saves Key, and you know, the smart thing would have been to for them to just run away immediately. But no, they just stand there hugging, and Groff is like, JJ, and JJ turns and looks at him. Groff stabs him, and then he just runs away. That whole scene was brutal. Like, when he stabbed him, and like JJ's face, and like hearing that, I can't. So JJ tells Key that he already got his wish, because she's his wish, and that he loves her and to take care of the others, and then he dies. I was a mess. as I know a lot of other people were, that watched this, because we all love JJ so much. He was a fan favorite character. He's one of he's JJ. We loved him, and he was very reckless, made not good decisions, made a lot of mistakes, but he was lovable, and he's so loyal. He would do anything for his best friends, for his family. And I was not okay. I'm still not okay. The writers said that they always planned for this to happen, and they always planned for JJ, which I think is stupid. This did not need to happen. JJ did not deserve this. Okay? He didn't. It would have been 100,000 times better. This did not happen. I can't even put it into words. Like, I'm just too angry. I can't. I just can't even. I could just like go on and on just raging about this, but I'm gonna spare you guys that. So is that for season 5, they will find the blue crown and they will get it back somehow, and they will make a wish to bring JJ back, obviously, and it will work. And JJ will come back, and you know, I know how bizarre that is, because this isn't like a supernatural show, you know, where it's like stuff like that, but it's, you know, not realistic at all, obviously, but I don't care. Like, anything to get JJ back. And like it could totally work, because literally nothing about this show is realistic at all, even though they like sort of try. Like, already, like, Ward has come back from the dead. Jamie's dad, Big John, has. And also Sarah, like, literally died and came back to life. Let's not forget that. So, but you're just gonna do our boy JJ like this? Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. You see YouTube fans love him, you know? You just broke all our hearts. Like, you just destroyed us. Sorry. I'm sorry, but anyway, this video is already way too long. Didn't mean for it to be this long, but I'm just gonna spare you guys and stop raging about this. So, comment your thoughts on the ending. Comment your thoughts on season 4 and, you know, Jay's death, the ending. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I really need to go because there's something in my eye. Yeah. So, again, comment your favorite Outer Banks character, comment your thoughts. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share with your family and friends because it really helps me out. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!